Welcome to our second advanced presentation of the Fairfax County Site-Specific Plan Amendment Process, or SSPA, for Mason District. This presentation will focus on the second grouping of Mason District SSPA nominations, including PC 19-MA-002 for 6152 Leesburg Pike and PC 19-MA-006 for Dar al-Hijra Islamic Center. As a quick refresher, let's talk briefly about the screening phase of the SSPA process, what it is, and most importantly, what decisions are being made at this stage of the process. The screening phase is the first step in the SSPA process, where proposed changes to the county's comprehensive plan are assessed by staff from the county's Department of Planning and Development, alongside a district task force comprised of local residents and property owners. The screening phase will help the Planning Commission and Board of Supervisors determine which nominations should receive additional analysis and consideration by county staff and placement on the county's 2021 Comprehensive Plan Amendment Work Program. The work program is a listing of plan amendments that are thoroughly evaluated by county staff in partnership with the community. The primary question we're tasked with answering today is whether each nomination should be added to the county's 2021 Plan Amendment Work Program. This will be the focus of the task force and staff for our upcoming meetings. Please note that this does not include rendering support or approval of a potential plan amendment. The criteria by which the task force and staff assess a nomination during the screening phase should consider whether the proposal is contrary to adopted county policy and/or if additional analysis is warranted to better understand a proposal's impacts. Following task force consideration, both staff and the task force's recommendations will be presented before the Planning Commission for a public hearing. The Planning Commission will consider each recommendation along with public input and provide their recommendation to the county's Board of Supervisors. The board will vote to determine which nominations to include on the county's 2021 work program. This entire process occurs during the screening phase. After the screening phase concludes, staff will work with the task force to further study and assess the merits of the nominations adopted onto the work program. This includes an impacts analysis, including assessments of transportation, stormwater, and other public facility impacts. Please note that time frames for each phase of the planning process may vary. For additional information regarding the screening phase or the SSPA process, please visit our SSPA Track a Nomination webpage. Process documents, informational videos, and meeting registration links can be found here under the Mason District Task Force section. For the 2020 South County SSPA process, a total of 6 nominations were submitted within the Mason District, 4 in the northern portion of the district surrounding the Seven Corners Community Business Center, and 2 in the southern portion of the district within the Annandale Community Business Center. Our second advanced presentation and third task force meeting will focus on 2 nominations, PC 19-MA-002, a single-family residential property, and PC 19-MA-006 from Dar al-Hijra Islamic Center. Let's discuss each of these nominations further. Nomination PC 19-MA-002 includes a single residential parcel located at 6152 Leesburg Pike. The subject property is located just outside of the Seven Corners Community Business Center to the north and the Bailey's Crossroads Community Business Center to the south. 6152 Leesburg Pike is the subject of 2 separate nominations, including PC 19-MA-006 submitted by Dar al-Hijra Islamic Center. Nomination PC 19-MA-001 from First Christian Church is west of the subject area across Leesburg Pike. The subject property sits at the corner of Leesburg Pike and Rowe Street. The property is about 1 acre in size and is currently developed with a single-family home. The area north of the property consists of the Jefferson Apartment Building, developed with higher density residential use. The area to the east of the property consists primarily of single-family detached residential uses and the Dar al-Hijra Islamic Center. Areas to the south and west of the subject property across Leesburg Pike include higher density residential uses along with institutional uses including the Church of Christ in Falls Church and First Christian Church. Currently, the subject property is planned for residential use at 3 to 4 dwelling units per acre. The nomination proposes to amend the comprehensive plan by adding an option to allow housing up to 5 to 8 dwelling units per acre. The additional housing is intended for older adults and individuals with disabilities. Our first staff consideration notes that the provision of housing, particularly for the elderly and persons with special needs, is consistent with the county's comprehensive plan goals. However, given the size of the property, additional consideration is needed to better understand the number of residential units that could be feasibly accommodated on site. For these reasons, staff supports adding PC 19-MA-002 to the 2021 Plan Amendment Work Program for further study. If added, staff recommends a cumulative assessment with nominations PC 19-MA-001 from First Christian Church and PC 19-MA-006 from Dar al-Hijra Islamic Center. Our second nomination, PC 19-MA-006, includes a total of 10 parcels located at 3159 Rowe Street, 6152 and 6160 Leesburg Pike, and includes a series of residential properties along the south side of Munson Hill Road. The subject properties are located just outside of the Seven Corners Community Business Center to the north and the Bailey's Crossroads Community Business Center to the south. Nomination PC 19-MA-001 from First Christian Church is west of the subject area across Leesburg Pike. The subject property consists of 10 parcels, including institutional and residential uses. The area is surrounded by residential uses at varying intensities, including the Jefferson Apartments and Lafayette Park condominiums to the north and south, single-family detached residential uses to the east, single-family attached residential units with the Vinewood community to the west, 2 institutional uses, First Christian Church and the Church of Christ in Falls Church, are also located west of the subject property across Leesburg Pike. Currently, the nominated area consists of the Dar al-Hijra Islamic Center, a total of 7 single-family detached homes, and 1 vacant parcel. For properties within the subject area, the current comprehensive plan includes residential uses from 2 to 3 dwelling units per acre along Munson Hill Road, up to 3 to 4 dwelling units per acre along Leesburg Pike. Nomination PC 19-MA-006 proposes to add an option to the comprehensive plan to allow for a community center and potential expansion of the place of worship. Additional uses could include the provision of up to 25 units of senior housing, as well as a smaller amount of supporting retail use. In total, the nomination proposes to allow for redevelopment up to a 0.5 floor area ratio, or a maximum of 163,500 square feet. Given the size of the subject area, the nomination offers an opportunity to consider how the mosque's current and future programming could be better accommodated on site. Transitions in height, scale, and compatibility are also important considerations to weigh through further analysis, particularly in portions of the subject area closest to lower intensity residential uses. As noted previously, the comprehensive plan supports the consideration of housing for special populations, including the elderly and individuals with disabilities. Staff recommends that nomination PC 19-MA-006 be added to the 2021 Comprehensive Plan Amendment Work Program for further study. If added, a cumulative assessment of the 3 nominations along Leesburg Pike will be needed to better understand the impacts to their shared transportation networks, infrastructure, and public facilities. Our next Mason District SSPA Task Force meeting is scheduled for Wednesday, August 19th at 7 p.m. To attend, please visit our SSPA Track Nomination webpage to register via the WebEx virtual meeting platform. If you have any questions or would like additional information regarding the Mason District SSPA nominations or the SSPA process, we're happy to assist you. We appreciate your time and look forward to your continued participation in the 2020 South County SSPA process.